I think it's pretty safe to say that when we examine the Star Wars franchise, especially the Skywalker saga, a lot of fans would like to agree that by far the fan favorite characters are Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, you name it. They really are the characters that really bind the movies together. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, obviously, if we take a look at the sequel trilogy, a lot of fans have been very unhappy with how Disney treated the sequel trilogy films, and even still went on to say to this day that it is indeed the Skywalker saga. Now, a lot of fans seem to have a problem with that, myself included, with how when we look at the rise of Skywalker, it really wasn't all that much about the Skywalkers, right? We do know that Kathleen Kennedy chose the title of the movie in order to really get a bigger and wider audience for Episode 9, knowing that there were a lot of fans that were very angry over the fact of what happened with The Last Jedi. Essentially, the movie was a little bit deceiving when it came to what it was actually called, right? The Rise of Skywalker. One would think it would have to do with Luke and/or Anakin, in which it originally was. That was the original intention, until Kathleen Kennedy stepped in to do major reshoots and rewrites, to where it only had pretty much one simple meaning. Rey calling herself a Skywalker, and Ben Solo, who is technically, yes, a Skywalker by blood, actually climbing out of the pit, hence the Rise of Skywalker as well. Now, moving on past all of this, we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm have a lot of plans for the future of the franchise, especially with this new Star Wars universe. Now, of course, with that being said, with Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker now marking the end of the Skywalker saga by director J.J. Abrams, both Disney and Lucasfilm have been focused on their new Star Wars universe, as well as the new trilogy of films that will bring fans into a new mythology of the Star Wars universe. Now, it's explained that currently Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and George Lucas are all working together in order to create a better and brighter future for the Star Wars brand by creating new stories, or new timelines, if you will, in the Star Wars franchise. Now, currently, Lucasfilm is said to have a plan with creators George Lucas, Jon Favreau, and Dave Filoni in order to resurrect Anakin Skywalker in a post-Episode 9 era that takes place some years after the events of The Rise of Skywalker, that will feature Rey's new Jedi Order. Now, it's explained that George Lucas is going to undo the concept of Rey becoming the Chosen One by bringing Palpatine back to life once more in this post-Episode 9 era. With the return of Palpatine, Lucas is set to revive both Luke Skywalker and even popular character Anakin Skywalker by using the power of the Wills. However, the major plan by Lucasfilm is to introduce a hidden power from one of the Wills that allows Luke and Anakin to destroy the Sith once and for all in this new timeline and to come back to life temporarily. Now, this plan to have the Wills use a forbidden force power, using the cosmic force in the netherworld of the Force in order to allow both Luke and Anakin to materialize as if they are flesh and blood. This was actually an original idea by George Lucas in his original scripts for Return of the Jedi, where he originally was going to bring Obi-Wan Kenobi back to life on Endor to introduce Luke Skywalker to his father Anakin Skywalker as a Force ghost. Now, Lucas is said to have inspiration from his original scripts of the original trilogy to use it for this new Star Wars universe, where additionally it's noted that they will only be resurrected, or revived, if you will, temporarily to destroy Palpatine's Sith spirit that has hijacked the body of a dark acolyte that survived the Battle of Exegol during the Rise of Skywalker and escaped. Rey didn't destroy Palpatine after all fully, only his clone body, and his spirit was actually able to survive, and still remains. This is a new addition by George Lucas that will be introduced in books, novels, comics, and even the planned Rise of Skywalker animated sequel series that Disney is currently working on as we speak. Now, it's noted that Lucas is very confident that fans will enjoy this just as much as the Dark Empire comics from the 90s that also brought a return of Palpatine and new Force powers that fans have never seen before in Star Wars history. Filoni and Favreau are also involved in the lengthy process developing the new timeline for the Star Wars franchise. So, like I've said before, in the past, I like to call Favreau, Filoni, and George Lucas FFL, because they really are great as a trio working on Star Wars material, whether it be books, comics, TV shows, movies. I think that we really are seeing a light at the end of the tunnel here. And in my eyes, this is exactly how Palpatine should have died, or how the ending of the Skywalker should have been. It really should have been Luke and Anakin teaming up, at least helping Rey in the background, visually speaking, taking down Palpatine once and for all, which, by the way, is originally what JJ wanted to do, and they even shot scenes for this in a very different way, but they actually got deleted because of Kathleen Kennedy. So this post Rise of Skywalker era is going to be quite interesting, because not only will it include the resurrection of Anakin through the power of the wills, through the cosmic force in the netherworld, but also Rey's new Jedi Order as well, and the return of Palpatine in, of course, at least one portion of the series in the books, novels, and comics. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.